Welcome to the A to Z Jobs podcast. I'm your host, Nate, and in this show we explore the wide world of careers, one letter at a time. Whether you're just starting out, making a career pivot, or looking for expert insights, we've got something for you. From accountants to zoologists, we dive deep into what makes each profession unique, with real stories from real people. Today, we're joined by Adhi, a life coach and HR executive from India. He helps professionals gain clarity in their careers and relationships while balancing his own career in human resources. In this episode, we'll talk about their journey into coaching, the skills needed to thrive in the industry, and how they're building a career that aligns with their passions. So let's dive right in. So Adhi, thank you for joining the podcast. Can you tell us a bit about yourself and about your career?
Hey, thanks, Nate. It was happy meeting you. So, bit about myself. So, I'm from India, and so basically, I'm a coach. I'm a life coach. So, I help professionals in clarity about their career and relationships. And I'm also HR executive. So, I'm just trying to build my business in coaching as well as for bread and butter. I'm trying my work in HR executive. Yeah. So, this is an intro about my profession, I would say.
Fantastic. A lot of overlap. I'm a coach myself and HR background, so I can relate a lot to your background. Tell
Oh,
me,
that's good.
tell me, tell me though about your inspiration. What was it? What got you inspired to pursue this career?
The coaching one.
Go coaching and HR.
Okay, so basically, so it all started in the lockdown, right? Like, so the lockdown, shifted many things, in many lives. So even I was working as a teacher, and then I had to resign in the lockdown. Then I was trying to find different alternatives, you know. So and I was totally frustrated and confused about what I should do now, you know. So that's when I came across coaching, and so it was just for my personal coaching, and from there I got opportunity to become a life coach for myself, like for others, or for others, and take it up as a profession. And when I was doing that, I feel like, okay, this is what something that I have to do, like, maybe this is what my thing is. I felt that call, and then immediately I signed up their program, and for the certification. And that's how the journey started, of my coaching. And meanwhile, then it's a business, right? So it takes some time to build itself. So for the bread and butter, so I was trying to see any other opportunity. So that's how I got a HR opportunity. So I'm taking this both parallelly now. Maybe one day I'll become a full-time coach. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So, what is the difference then? So, you're talking about life coaching. So, what is the difference? I suppose between having a life coach and having a counselor. Is there a difference between the two?
Yes, actually. So, life coach is more like a future oriented. Like, it is more things about the future. Like, what do you want, where do you want to get, and what you have to do to improve that. Okay. And counselor is where something he suggests you certain things, like, you can do this, or you can do this way, in this way. But life coaches also does that, but thing is that they are more of a listening, and they believe that you have the solution, you know what is right, and I'll help you to bring out that solution from you. That's a simple difference, I would say.
And do you coach? Do you find most of your clients are face to face in person, or are you doing coaching online? What sort of mix do you have?
So for now, I'm doing it in online, completely online. I haven't done face to face. Yeah.
So, what training did you need? What training have you done to be a life coach? And I suppose for the HR as well. Is there any training that you've done and that you would recommend?
Okay. So basically, this is something, I would say, depends on person. Like, few people will say you no need training to become a life coach. Some will say that you have to get a certified training and all, but I would say it is both of the things. Like your life experiences matters more in coaching. Like the more you get experienced about life, the more better you will be able to help others. And at the same time, doing a certification helps you to bring certain tools, the technique, the tools that are developed, you'll get aware of those tools and certain techniques, those kind of things you will get aware. So combination of both, like your life experiences without any certification, without anything, and as well as the tools and the techniques that you can use while talking with a person, or while coaching a person, both of them combined together brings a perfect coach, I would say.
So how long does that take? So if you're doing some certification in life
Mhm.
coaching, roughly how long does certification take?
Certification depends upon the person who gives that. Like um, it depends on 5 weeks, 10 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, the person who is doing that. But I would say that once you become a coach, you are forever learning. Like there is no stop for learning. You have to learn it continuously again and again. The more you work on yourself, and the more you start observing your things, the more it starts reflecting on the outside. So I would say there may be end for certification within a week or within 5 weeks, but there is no end for learning. It just continues.
Yeah, I agree completely. And like as I mentioned, I'm working as a coach as well. My focus is more working with the English language and working with career development. But
Mhm.
every new client I'm learning. Every time you have a new client, you're gaining that knowledge and that experience from them as well. Like it's
Hmm.
full time learner, always learning.
Yes, definitely it is. Yeah.
So what's the best part? What's the best part about being a life coach? What have you experienced? What's the standout?
Okay. So the best part is I would say there are so many, like there's so many best parts, but I would say, like, one is that it continuously challenges you. Like every person is different, and every problem is different, and every person has a different mindset, right? So you have to work carefully with every person, because as I said, every person is different. And also life coach demands more of your inner work. So once you become a life coach, you should work on yourself each and every day, right, in one or the other way. And this is one of the best part that I have seen so far. Like after becoming a coach, than and certification, after becoming a coach, I started to work on more on myself, the habits, the thoughts, the emotions, everything, the goals. The more I started working on myself, the more I was feeling better, and the more confident that I can help others. And the next best part, I would say that if someone appreciates you for the work, that we have done to them, like they call me and say that how it helped them, how it give a breakthrough, and it feels so good. Like okay, like we are helping someone, it's in this big world, we are making that small minute of impact, you know that is really awesome to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah. And I find it interesting. Like some of my clients, they're so casual with
Mhm.
the feedback. So, oh, I thought I'd just quickly let you know that I was only aiming for a 6.5 in my oral exam, but I got a 7. So thank you for your help. I'm like, this is huge
Oh.
news. Like you should be shouting this news. You should be so proud. But they're so casual with the wins.
Yes, yes, I do experience that. They say that, uh, it worked this way, it worked that way, in a simple way. Then I freak out, like, oh, that's so good. You should celebrate it. Like,
Celebrate the small win. Even if
yes,
it's a small win, it should always be celebrated.
definitely, definitely. Yeah.
So what's the hardest part? What's the most difficult part of being a life coach?
Is about, it again come back to our inner work that we do, that sometimes we doubt ourselves, like whether I'm capable, whether I can help them or not, you know we doubt ourselves too. Like why I'm not following this habit, why I'm behaving this way. And these creates doubt on ourselves. And also, the as I said, the continuous learning, it takes our energies, time. We have to invest our time and energy into it, so which is often difficult, I would say. Yeah.
What about somebody who's listening to you now? They might be 5 steps behind you. They've thought about being a life coach, but they're not quite sure if it's for them and they don't know how to start. How would you give them advice? Would you be able to make it quicker for them, or is there anything in particular you recommend they do um, before they start their certification?
Okay. So thing is that they may be 5 steps behind from me, but they are where they are at their life. Like they are in their correct place in their life. That's what I believe. And they will be carrying certain experiences, life experiences about themselves, which could help others. So when we identify that, there is no point if someone is staying back or ahead. Anyone can become a coach based on their life experiences, and they can guide the people who they want to reach their stage. That is how I believe, because I've seen 13 years guy becoming a life coach, 50 years old person becoming a life coach. So it's all about experience. 13 years will have a different experience, may be able to help their age people. And 50 years have different experiences, may not be able to coach someone who's 15, 16, but may be able to coach 40, 50s. That's how it works, I guess. Yeah.
And where do you find your clients? Like, obviously, being a new coach and building
Mhm.
your brand and your business, how do you find your clients? Do you have a website, or how do you advertise?
Okay, so basically I don't have any website, and I personally feel it's not for now necessary to have a website for me. um, so thing is that uh, first, when you are working on life coaching things and certification and all, you can work with the people that your friends, you can work with your not so close family members, but someone who knows you, your networking group. You can start with them with the free sessions or pro bono sessions, hone your skills. And then as you grow, you can build yourself in social media. Just like my clients come from LinkedIn. Like I connect with the people in LinkedIn and speak with them, and try to find out if they need my help in any way. Then if we are on the same page, then of course we get onto the board and work together. That's how I do it. And as you grow, like you can have website, and then you can have those ads and all those things. And then you reach once after a few years, maybe you reach a stage where you don't need anything, because your name speaks itself. Like people come with this with your name. That's how that's how the different stages. Yeah.
Yeah, so build up to that word of mouth. Yeah, fantastic.
Yes.
So we've talked about certifications, but is there any other tools and resources? Is there any blogs or podcasts or anything that any books you've read that might be helpful for someone looking at his career?
Okay, so the book that helped me most was Tony Robbins' Awaken the Giant. Like that is just right in front of me. So Awaken the Giant book was so good. Like it can be like someone who wants to coach people. It can be a good start for them. It's a very big book, but contains a good things that we can work on ourselves, and we can also help others to you know um, help them.
Fantastic. And I always like to end the podcast with wanting to know about any mantras or quotes or any inspiration that keeps you going and motivated. Do you have any favorite quotes you could share with us?
So the one quote that I always remember is when I was in 12th class, 12th grade. So my economics sir has written on the board, and I don't know, it just always sticks to me that um, one day in retrospective, years of struggle will come as a most beautiful. Like, you know, that is something that always inspires me, that, just put your work, do what needs to be done, and one day it will come to you. Like, you're putting the work, and you're giving that energy, and if not today, if not tomorrow, maybe one day, definitely that will come back to you. That is my favorite quote. And one thing that I always follow is one step at a time. Like, always, like, one step. Just now, right now, I have to do this, I'll just do that. That's it. Yeah.
Love it. That's perfect. Well, yeah, my philosophy is one step at a time, but I actually say one baby step at a time, because
Okay.
some
Huh.
days it's just really hard. It's hard to get moving. It's
Yes.
hard to get motivated, and sometimes all it takes though is just a baby step. It doesn't need to be a big step. Doesn't need to be a
Correct.
leap. It just needs just do this much today. Just
Yes.
this much.
Definitely. Definitely. I agree with you. Yeah. Sometimes it's just one. Sometimes it's just quarter. Sometimes it's just half. You know. Sometimes it's just waking up and then sleeping back again. That's it.
Well, that's it. Some days just getting out of bed counts.
Yeah.
Some days you just gotta get out of bed.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Adi. It's been great getting to know you and hearing more about life coaching. And
Hmm.
yeah, we'll keep in touch. Send through your contact details so I can add them to the podcast notes. So if anyone wants to reach out, they can get in touch with you.
Sure, definitely, definitely. Thank you, thank you so much for bringing me here, Nate. And it was pleasure connecting with you. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
If you'd like more information about this podcast or our other guests, please check out coachingbynate.com for more resources and learn how coaching and mentoring can help develop your career.